Welcome to another episode of the Touchline Football Explained. We have with us Nandi and Shan. Nandi from the Tactics Show and Shan from Stat Attack. And we have another exciting match today. It's Portugal versus the mighty Germans. Portugal in hot form. Germany not so good when it comes to the form, but we'll talk about it. And to our panelists, we'll start with Nandi here. What are your thoughts regarding the game?
Yeah, hi Abhishek. Actually, after watching the game against Hungary against France, it makes the group's dynamics pretty more interesting. So this match will be really tough for both the teams. Both will try to get some points from this particular match, and a 3 point will be a must for both the teams. If Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal gets 3 points, that means they are through. And if France gets 3 points, that means the group justifies its name of group of death. So that's what I am looking for. Looking for a great match. I hope. And if you ask me, Germany will have a slight advantage because of the past history between these two teams. Because Germany have always been better of Portugal in this kind of tournament. So let's see what happens.
All right, Shan, what are your thoughts?
The lineups have come out and they're the same like last match, so we can see that both the managers are playing with their strengths. But I don't really know means is this current lineup of Germany is their strength or not? Because not playing Kimmich as a CDM and using Cruz and Gundogan as a double pivot, according to me, is not a good idea.
All right, so talking about the lineups, let's go through the lineups as it has been released. This is how Germany is going to line up against
Yeah,
Portugal.
the same lineup as they used against France. So it will be like in the second half, we saw that Germany were pretty dominant. They didn't let France didn't have many chances. The chances they got were all offside. And another chance that Mbappe got, Hummels handled it very well. So and other than that, Germany created most of the chances. I guess they created 7 chances in the match, the more almost double of France. France created 3 or 4 chances in that match. So the lineup is pretty strong. But then again, playing Gundogan like what we have seen this season, Gundogan is the strongest point of Gundogan is making runs in the box. But playing him as a CDM doesn't unlock his full potential. He can't make those runs. So I think Germany, it's not the strongest thing to do, or the most sane thing to do. If Kimmich played as a CDM, then Gundogan could have been able to make those runs, and Cruz can also play more fluently. But the pressure that Cruz has to handle is too much.
Is it the same mistake that Pep made against Chelsea in the UCL final, not playing a central defensive midfielder, and when Gundogan was pressurized to do defensive work and then didn't unlock his full potential? Are we going to see the
Yeah,
same thing here?
yeah. It's according. That's the thing that will happen here also. But again, I think City put up a 4-man defense in the final, but there is a 3-man defense here. So it's a bit stronger defensively than City. But then again, not unlocking Gundogan's full potential is a crime. Like what we have seen, like last day, if Gundogan played the role which he plays in City, he would have were allowing spaces to France were deliberately allowing spaces for Germany. So Gundogan could have been very useful in those spaces. Today's
Yeah.
match, I think the weakest link for Portugal's lineup is Nelson Semedo, and it will be Semedo versus Semedo versus Gosens. So and Gosens' form is really good. So I think that's the most of the attacks Germany will initiate today will be from left, trying to put Semedo on one with Muller and Gosses, 2 versus 1 with Muller and Gosses.
Also, what we can see from the lineup, it's going to be Gosens versus Semedo, but it's also going to be Kimmich versus Guerrero. They are rivals in Bundesliga. Guerrero is from Dortmund. So how is that going to pan out? Because Guerrero is a really good player. He can be a
Yeah,
threat.
both the players will try making overlapping runs. Both the players will try to make lots of cross in the boxes. So it will be a good matchup. But I think in this head-to-head matchup, like both the fullbacks, Semedo and Guerrero, our means German's fullback Gosens and Kimmich are individually better performers than both the fullbacks that France are fielding today.
Absolutely. As we are talking about Portugal and Germany, we can't just ignore the fact that there is a goal scoring machine in the red jersey. And in the form of Cristiano Ronaldo. Last time out against Hungary, he did score a penalty and a late goal, got the brace, got the man of the match. But I think he will plan on replicating the same thing this time out. So, how can Germany prepare to counter him? Because he's a threat.
I think James will be fielded against head to head with Ronaldo today. Then again, the thing about Ronaldo is we can give him a second. James can never give him a second. Like with we saw against Hungary, that Ronaldo wasn't pretty impressive before the penalty which he scored. But it's like Ronaldo is kind of a player that he will not play so good for 70, 80 minutes. Then again, in 2 minutes he will make such a move or make a strike or make a one good blindside run, and that can change the whole game. So Ronaldo is absolutely the most crucial player for Portugal, with alongside Bruno Fernandes.
All right. Now, as you took up the topic of Bruno Fernandes, I think Nandi should be the one here to show us what can be the impact of Bruno in today's match.
Yeah, sure, Abhishek. If we start with Bruno Fernandes here, so Bruno Fernandes will play as a center midfielder or center attacking midfielder rather, with the support from Carvalho and Pereira. Where Bruno likes to play, Bruno don't have a fixed position. Bruno will often get left position to get a ball from the likes of Jota, or maybe he will drift into the right side of the play to get a ball from Silva to get a link up play with Silva. Or at times where Ronaldo will attract the likes of James, Bruno will get into those half spaces. Like if you remember, he got one chance and he shoot that really well against Hungary. So that's what Bruno Fernandes can bring. And if you remember in Manchester United, Bruno has a really good link up play with the left winger Marcus Rashford and the left back Guerrero. Rebecca Shaw. So if we see that Bruno often drifts into this kind of spaces, and he have a kind of a triangle with the likes of Shaw and Rashford. So if you remember this, this can be a tricky opposition for Germany, where they can
Right.
create an overload on the left side of the channel, where Kimmich can get easily pressurized by the likes of the fullbacks. But that was a bit of a static in the last match where they got into this kind of position, but they were a bit individualistic in their approach rather than playing some good linking up passes. So that's what they need to improve. And Bruno can also link up with Ronaldo as well. And as we are talking about Ronaldo will you will not see Ronaldo enter the patch, but then he will get into this kind of an area. And the thing is, Shayan was saying that Ronaldo can be tracked by the likes of Hummels, but I don't think so. Ronaldo will be kind of a zonal mark because Ronaldo will not stay in a fixed position. Ronaldo will dip into this kind of an area to make a space for Bruno. Ronaldo will take a defender, so Jota can make a blindside run. So that's how they're gonna play, and Bruno's impact will definitely help the likes of Portugal.
All right. It seems like Portugal has a formidable attack, at least if Bruno playing as a central attacking midfielder with a striker so lethal and so clinical when it comes to finishing. Uh, it's going to be tough for Germany to hold them, especially with not so fast and not so quick defenders. Uh, we have a question here from XX Godspeed 47. What do you think about Ruben Dias versus Hummels? Yeah, that's a good question.
What Ruben Diaz is doing for one season, James has been doing that for 10 seasons. That's the big difference between them.
But now, if you match them like head to head, Hummels versus Diaz, who comes out on top?
Diaz is more pacey, and James is not that much pacey because of the obvious the age factor. But again, then what we have seen from James last day was that he has impeccable tackling that we saw against Mbappe. Mbappe easily outpaced him, but that tackle was inch perfect. So
And he
James
has
has
been
that, and
doing it
James
for his whole career.
lot of
These kind
yeah.
of tackles.
Yeah, so I think the aspects of ball playing and tackling is James is better than in terms of interception and blocks, crucial blocks. Ruben Diaz is ahead of James at this point of time.
Nandi, do you share the same thoughts?
Yeah, more or less same. I mean, they both can be a threat during the set pieces as well. As you see, that Ruben Dias has scored from time to time, saving Manchester City from some and giving some points as well. And Hamels has also been doing that, has done that for Germany in the past. So that's going to be another important battle during the set pieces, where they both can nullify each other. Apart from that, what Doctor said was really good. I mean, Hamels with the world of experience can do better. And if you remember this season's impact, Ruben Dias was probably the best central defender in the world. So that's how, I mean, this is going to be a tricky battle for both of them. And also it depends on what opposition they both are facing. Like Ruben Dias will face the likes of Muller. They can, and Ruben Dias also have the responsibility to cover up the likes of Pepe. I am not demeaning Pepe here, but Pepe with the age can be sometimes shaky against the likes of Nabry, even and if they face a counter attack. So that's what Ruben Dias can face, and Hummels will also have to face the likes of Ronaldo. So that's what makes the dynamism of this game pretty tricky today.
All right. I want to talk about one of those players who really did shine this season, which is Diego Jota. Uh, he has been instrumental to some extent for Liverpool, though Liverpool didn't win anything, but still we could see him a lot. So this is how this chart looks like, and if you can just elaborate.
Yeah, so the thing about Jota about this season is a really good goal threat. He's a very big threat in the box. We can see from his stats here, like his percentage is 98% of non-penalty goals with 0.5% of per 90, which is really good. Then again, he's very good at non-penalty goals at 98%. Then he's other than that, he's very good in touches. He takes a lot of touches that can create spaces for him. The way Jota plays is he takes a touch and tries to make space, create his space for himself, and then go to take a shot. So the things about his touches is 95% and 7 touches per 90 is a really good stat. And he is also good in making some great progressive passes that we can see here, 97%. So he can create chances for the runs. Like there will be runners for Portugal. Bruno will make runs in the box. Ronaldo obviously, and then so he'll get a lot of chances to produce something for both of them.
All right, we're talking about the attacking threats of Portugal. So let's go through the attacking threats of German side. We have Nabry, who didn't do a lot last time out against France, but what do you expect from him in this particular matchup?
Nabri plays the most advanced role in Germany. I have said it last day also. My expectations is really high from Nabri. He got a good chance in last match. He wasn't able to finish. So I think the match would have been on a different way if he scored that chance. So I think today also Nabri should score some goals as he will get spaces because the thing about Portugal is they're playing four back. So I think, and in time of attack, both the fullbacks will be making runs. So he will get passes supplies from both the channels. And there is also a Cruz in the midfield who can pick him up. And James' long ball playing capability is also really high. From the stats, also we can see that his non-penalty goals is 96 percentile, and expected goals per 90 is 91 percentage. So he's a really big goal threat.
Absolutely. Another battle that I think we will see today is two of the best central attacking midfielders on the same pitch facing each other. Of course, we don't have KDB here, but we have Bruno and we have a veteran Cam in the form of Thomas Muller. Even though Thomas Muller doesn't have a specific position, traditional position, but still he is usually deployed as a Cam or CF from time to time. So, how do you think that battle is going to pan out? Who is going to come up on top?
I think like thing about Muller is that Muller and Bruno is that both of them will not play in a same role. They'll make change flanks, they'll drop deep, they'll make box runs in the box. So in that aspects, both of them are similar a lot. But then again, Bruno has like his passing range is better, I think, Bruno long passing range is better. He can, like we have seen in United also. He has picked he picked a lot of time. He has picked Rashford runs of Rashford with his long passing range. The thing about Muller is that he makes more delicate touches in the box that creates chances for runners in the box. So that's the key difference between both of them. But both of them are the key player for each of their sides. Mm,
Yes.
How do we compare the stats, Nandi? If you can just elaborate on, you know, how these two, a veteran and a new guy in the park, is going to match up.
Yes, sure. Imagine that this is kind of a low block that France played against Germany.
Right.
That's what Portugal also could did, because Portugal last day played a bit of a high, because they were playing against a low block of Hungary. But today the thing's gonna be a bit changed because of the defensive approach of the coach. So in this occasion, Kimmich and Gosens will play very crucial role. That will come out to be some kind of 3-5 formation in the attacking transition for Germany. So here, this will be a pretty fluid against these three. I mean, the likes of Muller will often tucks into the right channel. Havertz will be central, and Gnabry could also be here. And if you remember, last day Muller was actually get a chance into this kind of an area where he hit the ball and it got past the post for a bit of journey. So that's what Muller's trait is, and Muller is being called the Ram Deuter, the space interpreter. So that
Correct.
speaks a volume. That's what Muller can do, and this guy will be instrumental during the attacking phases of Germany to get those runs with linking up plays with Muller, or linking up plays with Havertz. And if we see Portugal's similarly, so if we see that if a counter attack breaks down for Portugal, Bruno will be the man, like Pogba played against them. So his long passing range will take Jota into this kind of an areas where they can really counter attack well. And Portugal's transitions are really good with the likes of Ronaldo, who can run, who with still being a 36-year-old playing like a 28-year-old, can speaks volume for them. So that's how Bruno can bring those players into play, and also Bruno's long playing ability can really be fruitful for Ronaldo. So that's how they can play today.
All right. Let's take a few comments before we uh, consider other aspects of it. XX Godspeed 47 asks, how well you think will be the chemistry between Felix, Ron, I think Ronaldo, and Bruno, considering if there is a chance they get to start together. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely, that's actually a very good question. Felix could have played the role better than Jota. I feel. If you see that there is a comment that hope Jota plays better than last match. That's what I was about to add when you guys were discussing about Jota. Jota did not play that good last day. He was pretty selfish. He was not getting into those areas. He was too reluctant to pass to his teammates. So that's what Joao Felix can bring. And Joao Felix has a really good season with Atletico Madrid. So Ronaldo would love two runners behind him, in the likes of Bruno and Joao Felix, who would sacrifice their own position and bring Ronaldo into the game. And Ronaldo always likes to score, so he always have been friends with the likes of Ozil, Angel Di Maria, who were willing runners and who are trying to sacrifice their own advanced areas to make a ball for Ronaldo. So that's what Felix, Ronaldo, and Bruno chemistry could have played a better. But I'm not Renato Sanchez, so I can't do anything about it. So that's how they're gonna play today without Felix. I know Felix will come in the second half. I'm pretty sure if Germany uh, is going to. I mean, if Germany gets a lead, so let's see what happens.
All right. So we are talking about Felix. So here Gunjan Chakravarti is asking, do you think Felix deserves a start on the wings? Maybe.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
that's
That's
what
what.
you mentioned.
Yes, absolutely. Felix deserves a chance. I mean, being one of the world's brightest teenagers. Yes, I guess he's a teenager right now. So being one of the
No,
world's brightest.
no. He's
Okay, he's
past the teenage.
2021. Okay. Sorry
Yeah.
for that. So being one of the brightest youngster in the world football, you should start. And with that kind of a flair, which Jota do not have. I'm not demeaning Jota, but Jota do not have that kind of a flair who can change the match with his own. So Felix can do that. And So that's why I think Felix should have started. And also, another youngster could have started for Portugal. That is Renato Sanchez. I feel the likes of William Carvalho or Pereira both should not start. I mean, Portugal is starting with a 4-2-3-1. That gives them a bit of a defensive solidity. That's why they are opting for double pivots. But if Renato Sanchez was there, Renato Sanchez could have moved the ball pretty better than Carvalho. So that could have added a bit of better dynamism in the attacking transitions for Portugal.
All right, that makes sense. All right. So before we go to the next question, I would just like to mention that this show is in collaboration with the Tactics Show and Stat Attack Tactics Show. If you want to get to know about proper, like strategies, analytics, and tactics of how the game dynamics go about, you can go and follow them. The link is in the description. And for Stat Attack, if you want insane stats, legit stats, the stats that we are right now using, the charts, they make it. So definitely, if you want more, the link is in the description. You can go and check. So now let's dive into the next comments. Who is going to score a goal for Germany? Big question, sir. As a German fan, we are still trying to find out who that man is going to be. Tough. I think San, just go ahead with your thoughts on this.
Last time Portugal, I think that was last time that Portugal and Germany were in 2014 World Cup. So Muller scored a hat trick and Pepe got a red card. I I hope for the same result. Pepe gets sent off and Muller scores a hat trick. So Thomas Muller for me.
All right, Muller is definitely going to be the talisman here. Next question. Do you think German midfield and defense has more potential than Portugal's? I'd say the depth is better and more seasoned players are there in the German squad, midfield at least. But what do you guys think?
Yes,
The
of
thing
course.
about Portugal is that the Portugal are playing to both the two players they're playing in the double pivot are both are CDMs. They're both are defense. Like Nandi said, if Renato Sanchez played, it would have been he couldn't break lines like we saw in the last 10-20 minutes against Hungary. He can break lines very good. He provides a physicality going upward. He can make runs in the box also. So the thing about Portugal is they're trying to get too much defensive by playing two defensive midfielders. And thing about Germany is they're trying too much daring things by not playing a CDM. There's a too much contrast in both
Right,
of them in the midfield.
Yes, and as far as the defense is concerned, I think Portugal should have opted for Jose Fonte this season, because he had a phenomenal season with the likes of Lille, and they won the league this year. So Fonte and Ruben Diaz partnership would have been better than Pepe and Ruben Diaz. I mean, I know there are a lot of nostalgias regarding Pepe being one of the main men for Real Madrid. So Real Madrid fans might hate me right now, but that's a fact. I mean, he is already 38, so I think he would have done a better job against the likes of those. I mean, Fonte could have done a better job against those youngsters like Nabry or Havertz. That's what I feel.
yes, I would agree with you, but the thing is, why Pepe is being like fielded by the coach? I feel I would agree to not play Pepe. Definitely, he's too slow for it, and I hope he proves me wrong, but not against Germany. But
Absolutely.
Pepe is old, and he's probably being fielded just because of his experience, nothing else.
Yes.
I
Yes.
believe
And
so.
that can actually go wrong with some speedy tricksters like Nabry. That can actually go wrong.
Right, and if Warner is brought in the second half, he is going to cause riots around Pepe. But he's not going to
Absolutely.
finish as well, so it's not a problem.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you remember last match against Hungary, that player called Salah, I guess, if I'm not wrong, who created a massive massacre on the left side of on the right side of the defense, because Portugal's wing backs tend to stay high, pretty high, and that's where they got various gaps on the right side of the channel and left side of the channel, and that's and even they scored on 81st minute, but they were unlucky that the goal got disallowed. That would have changed the dynamism of the match and dynamism of the group as well. So that's what Portugal should look for. But I don't think their wingbacks will be that much high today, because they know they are playing against Germany. They are not playing against Hungary. So things
Right,
will be a bit different today.
that feels good. Germany has a point to prove today, and I think there's a correction in this comment, which will be a good match. Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Uh, their attack versus it's it's attack versus defense, and it's going to be a brilliant match from a neutral point of view. From any of those fan bases, it's going to be daunting. But yeah, as a neutral fan, definitely. Devarge Mukherjee says, "Die Mannschaft." Yes, yes, brother.
Yes,
Yes.
these
Let's
are
go.
some comment of for you too. I mean, you guys will be really happy with this kind of a comment.
All
Yeah,
right.
we are pretty
Show me
depressed
to
after last match.
seriously. Show me to Chatterjee says. Love says CR7, but toughest Euro night for me. Sir, if you're a Germany fan, I think the toughest night has already passed against France, where we
France.
lost. I hope we get a victory today and can conclude that it was one of the good nights for German fans out here. Uh, XX got Speed 47. Really like this ID, apart from everything else, keeping everything aside, Ronaldo always gets lucky. Who's going to take this
Not
one?
against Germany. Not against Germany.
Yeah, I mean, there can be a bit of different aspects of this comment. Like some people say that there is no luck involved in the game. Luck always favors the brave, but there is some kind of a luck that plays when you win a big tournament. I mean, like if you remember when Portugal played last year, they were some really lucky in few matches. Some they were playing really bad. Before I remember that before semi-final against Wales, they didn't win a match. They were drawing all the stuffs and winning in the penalties. So some luck were involved in that. Ronaldo fans might hate me with this kind of a comment, but that's a fact. There has been a good amount of luck involved with Cristiano Ronaldo and his team. So I'm not being spectacle. Obviously, he has been the one of the greatest players of this generation. But yes, some dynamism of luck is always with him.
All right. Ronaldo fans are going to say it's not the luck, it's the luck that he
Yes,
creates.
and yes,
Let's not
and I
dive
might get
into
some
it.
hate comment from them as well on my
No
Facebook and
issues.
on my channel.
No issues.
The
No
thing
issues.
about
Hate
Ronaldo is
comments.
people think he gets lucky because of his because he puts the stamina till the last minute. No matter what the scoreline is, he'll keep on making those runs. He has a
Yes,
never dying attitude.
yes,
The thing,
of course, and also because he drinks water. That's what I feel.
Yes, he doesn't drink Coca-Cola. I
Yes,
think we should also follow that.
yes,
But I'll pass on it. I'll rather have
yes,
some
yes.
Coca-Cola. Gunjan Chakrabarti says Timo versus Andre Silva. Who is better? Thoughts? Uh,
Yes,
with the
Timo
brilliant
Werner,
music
Timo Werner.
playing in
Yes,
the background, I'd say Timo Werner. Yeah, I'd say the same thing. But if Timo Werner starts finishing properly, he's definitely going to be considered in one of the top 10 strikers currently. If he starts finishing, because the rest of the things that he does, it's brilliant.
yes,
The
if he
positioning, the
start
speed,
playing
yes,
onside,
yes. Of course, and he loves to play against not Macedonia, if I remember.
yeah. I think he just needs to get his confidence back. Shomadip Sarkar is saying the France who were held by Hungary. I was surprised, the France which defeated Germany and Germany didn't concede more because of marginal offside. That team was held by Hungary. Really can't believe it, and really makes me afraid for Germany's next match, which is against Hungary.
hunger.
So this group is actually turning out to be the toughest.
Absolutely.
We were thinking Hungary is going to be easy 3 points for the three teams, but France showed us that it's not the case.
Yes,
Hungary
and
is here to fight.
one thing I would like to add that Hungary deserves this point. They were really good till the 80th minute, 81st minute against Portugal last day. They were chasing the ball. They do not had much of a transition, but they had the intent. They had the intent to defend for their lives. They had the intent to go
Right.
forward at times and getting some points from the match. But as you say that the game is always cruel, so that's
Yeah.
why they didn't get the reward last day, but today they got the reward. And the goal they scored was actually a good transitional play, and where Varane looked like I mean, I don't know what he was doing and what he was thinking about. There was a lot of space in the box. So, yes, Portugal was good, and sorry, France was good as well. But today Hungary was pressing them a lot, and against high pressing teams, I think France has a problem. France has a bit of a problem as well.
France
All
thrives.
right.
France thrives against teams which play defensive, high
Yes,
defensive line, like Germany.
yes,
They
yes,
like to play balls behind the high defensive line for Mbappe. Whenever a
absolutely,
team puts a low block and starts defending them, they are
absolutely.
in pretty tough trouble. If they have to take the attack to the defense, then they struggle. That's what happened
Yeah,
against Hungary today.
they have a lot of quick wingers. They have Dembele, they have Coman, they have Mbappe, and what else do you need when it comes to like uh, running riots behind a defensive line? Uh, Vikram Chaudhary says Bruno hat trick incoming.
Yeah, that's
I
coming
hope
from a
that
Manchester United
doesn't
fan.
happen.
So it speaks volume.
All
Yeah,
right.
brother, we also want him to do well today. Let's see.
And I think he has probably captained Bruno Fernandes in fantasy.
That's a distant possibility.
That can be a thing. Uh, let's head to the next comment here. So tough match for Germany today. I think yes. Shine, if you'd like to add something here.
What to say? I'm pretty much depressed after the last match performance, but I hope that it will turn out to be a match that happened in 2014 group stage match. Muller scores a hat trick, and both the thing about that is both the scorers Muller and Hummels on that match are back after a long time for Germany.
Yes, these two, getting to see these two in the German shirt, white shirt, it feels good. Uh, Showman Saka, but Ronaldo won't score against a big team. All right, so
He scored a hat trick against Spain.
this is going to trigger a
He
lot of
scored.
people.
I
He
don't think
scored
that
a brilliant free kick. Just forget the hat trick. That particular free kick, that precision, that like like that subtle amount of curl in the ball. It was the perfect free kick. Of course, Messi does it as well, but that particular one, when the stakes were pretty high,
Ronaldo
getting
thrives
that
on
one
pressure.
point. Yes, agreed.
Yes,
He plays the
he
best
can.
when he's under pressure.
Yes, he can absorb the pressure really good. And also, again, if you remember the match against Spain, I might sound very tricky, but there was some dynamism of luck. You remember the first goal was a blunder from De Gea, the second goal was a penalty, and the third goal was pretty good. So the hat trick also involves with a kind of a luck. So that's what Ronaldo is all about. And
Fortune
the luck,
favors the brave.
obviously, and he is one of the most hardworking guy in football. So possibly that's one of the reasons why he gets so much luck during the matches. So that's a respect for everyone. I mean, he deserves as well.
All right, XX Godspeed again. He's saying, "Let's do this. Let's go Portugal." All right.
Uh,
Yes, for
he's
Bruno,
jinxing.
yes, of course.
It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, man.
He's
Yes, for
jinxing.
Bruno,
He's
But
obviously.
yeah,
jinxing hard.
hoping for a good match. Other than the fan and the fandom and the crazy stuff that we do. But yes, definitely looking for a very evenly matched game today. Gunjan says, sorry to say, the tactics to link is not working in the description. I corrected it. Gunjan, go and subscribe right now and then come back to the video again. Uh, Soumitra Chatterjee says this Portugal team is one of the best they ever had, and they have been improving from the last time, you know. And definitely this time out, they are possessing more threat. So I'd agree 100% with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they had possibly this is one of their golden generations. In
Yes,
2004 they had a golden generation with the likes of Figo, Deco, Manish, and all those players. And now,
Rui Costa.
yes, Rui Costa. And right now they are having that kind of a transition, and their defensive options are also coming up. So they have some one of the best teams in Europe and obviously in world football as well, I feel.
yes, agreed. We take the last comment before we wrap up. Once Goretzka and Kimmich starts in midfield, Germany will be able to cause real problems. I'd say yes if we play 4-3-3. with a double pivot or 4-2-3-1 with a double pivot as Goretzka and Kimmich, and with the Bayern connection that they have, they are a formidable force
Yes, but
in the midfield.
right now, Abhishek, you answer. So, whom do you want to drop?
Yes,
Gundogan or Cruz? I mean, if these two players,
I
I don't
drop
think
Cruz.
one of them. Why?
Me too.
I drop
Cruz.
Cruz. I
Why?
drop Cruz because he doesn't help defensively. Goretzka can help defensively and he can also score goals.
Okay.
Of course, Goretzka is not that good when it comes to passing and when it comes to vision. But if you want to play as a team and if you want to, of course, Cruz is a team player, he's German after all. But if you want my philosophy of game where you have to defend, where you have to be fast, you have to be quick, you have to be strong, Goretzka always makes it to the team
Yes,
over
yes.
Cruz.
And that midfield would be similar to the France midfield, where those three
Yes,
Rabiot, Pogba, and
correct,
Kante, all of them goes
correct,
up and goes down to make it a 4+3 in the defensive transition. So that's what Germany could be.
absolutely.
Yes, yes.
And
Good one.
Goretzka and Kimmich as a double pivot is going to serve as a thicker layer above the defense because Goretzka is also good when it comes to aerial abilities,
Mm,
which Cruz is nowhere close to what Goretzka can do. Goretzka is
yes,
buffed. He
yes.
can take two players at once. He can just punch the referee and nobody's going to bat an eye. Cruz is not that guy.
Mm,
Another thing about Cruz
Like
is
no offense, because yes, Cruz is world class. He's a better player, better midfielder than Goretzka. But when it comes to the attributes, which the specific attributes that Germany needs right now, I'd say Goretzka is the man for
Goretzka.
us.
It's a
mm,
relief seeing Goretzka back in bench today.
mm. And I feel Real
Yeah,
Madrid fans will unsubscribe today.
yeah.
That
I didn't get it.
I think Real Madrid fans will unsubscribe your channel today after you said that you're
I
gonna
don't care,
drop
man.
Cruz.
I don't care. You don't pay respect to your club legend, Sergio Ramos, the player who did everything to take a bullet for your team, and that's something that you do. I have no respect for you. You can just just go and unsubscribe. No issues with that. Football is all about respect, man, and what the club is doing to their own legends is pathetic. It's pathetic, man. It's shambolic.
Yeah.
It's not how you treat your legends.
Yes.
Alibi from going from Bayern to Real Madrid. I'm now having second thoughts and what kind of career decision has that guy taken? I've been seeing him from a very young age, and he's kind of like he's like family to us. Right? He's a Bavarian with one of the most highest appearances in the team. So
Yeah.
it's concerning for us as well. Last few comments because 20 minutes to go. We have to get ready for the match as well.
Yes.
I believe Ron is not one of the most hardworking, but the most hardworking. I believe there is no one as focused as Ronaldo till the last minute. Yes, I agree. Most hardworking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next, last time Germany met Portugal, Muro scored a hat trick. Yes, Shan was talking about the same thing, and Pepe also got a red card, which we are looking forward to today. Rana Prajapati is saying Cristiano Ronaldo will look for goals today because in this match and competition, he's going to be the all-time number one international goal scorer by defeating Iranian. So he has to score four more goals, so of course he's going to look for more goals, but uh, a hat trick against Germany is might be tough, but not impossible.
you're not seeing both of
Uh,
us after that if that happens for a long
yes,
time.
we're just going to quit the show. We just quit the show. No issues. We have other. We'll get some other people to host the show, but not us, man. Not especially not in Germany. Well, no. We'll did not have money to throw a proper farewell. Yes, of course, they didn't have the money. They never have the money, but they buy expensive players. We never have the money for a proper farewell. Last time there was a proper farewell, that was Raul, I think. Not even Cassius got a proper farewell. Uh, it's pathetic, man. It's toxic. Uh,
Yes.
Last question of the day before we wrap up. Last comment of the day. Respecting legends for comment by X6 Godspeed. Respecting legends for RMA will never be possible under Perez. Yeah, it seems like it. Uh, all right, so this is going to be the last question before we wrap up. Rana Prajapati, anything is possible because he is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's at his top form. from age by by age now. Of course, yes, anything is possible when Ronaldo and Messi are on the pitch. So you really can't, like, carve out something anything else and just not think about it, because they are always a threat. So that's it, guys. We'll just wrap up now. We have what 18 minutes for us to get ready, get all the chips and all the drinks, and enjoy. Uh, so, guys,
Yes,
thank you for watching, and just
yes.
do
Before
check the
wrapping
description.
up, Abhishek,
Yes,
before wrapping
yes,
up,
yes.
I would like to ask
Yeah.
you what's your prediction today. I mean, I guess you two are in real
Prediction.
dilemma today. So I don't know what's your reaction gonna be. So just say
I
what's your
think we are
reaction.
going to.
Be honest.
I think we are going. Yeah, yeah. I think if everything goes well from both the sides, I think we are going to win 3-1.
Okay, okay.
If everything goes well.
And what about the other
But
Germany fan?
4-0.
4-0.
ah,
Wow,
And
I
wow.
remember
the
for
same
the
scoreline
quarterfinal
as
of
World
That
Cup.
2008,
that's
2010. Sorry.
kind of an insult. I mean, it's like Germany is playing against Hungary, but I don't think
No,
that's
no,
gonna
that
be that easy. That's not gonna be
that's
that
not a
easy.
insult. I think if some deja vu happens,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it could be possibly, but I think it's gonna be kind of a 2-1 for
right.
Germany.
Fair enough.
So let's see.
if,
Fair enough.
if realistically
I
you
I
will
am
ask me, then it's
supporting
a
you.
1-1.
I am supporting you as long as it's 3 points for Germany. But other than that, I am a biased fan, guys. Guys, I'm the host of the show, and I'm a biased fan. Here you go. Uh, all right, let's wrap up. We had a lot of fun today, and probably we'll have fun after 90 minutes. So, guys, keep enjoying, keep following, and we'll be back with another show pretty soon. Go to the description, go and follow the Tactic Show and Stat Attack. Let's you. All right, yeah. Let's go and let's wrap it up, guys. Thank you for
Bye.
watching, and we'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Take care.
Sure.